You've got some decisions to make. Would you sneak past a guard? Or knock him out cold? Would you hack open a back door? Or charge the front with guns blazing? Would you rather be speedy? Or silent? Your adventure is what you make it. Pick your tactics, gear, interrogation style, and more in the return of the classic role-playing first-person shooter mashup.
You should have stayed home tonight.
With moral ambiguities, your choices get tough, but your first decision is easy. You've got to try Deus Ex: Human Revolution. We headed to the source, Eidos Montreal, where developers gave us an inside tour through this amazing world. Set in 2027, about 25 years before the original Deus Ex, Human Revolution is full of futuristic innovation. What's the premise of Deus Ex: Human Revolution?
Science and technology is advancing quickly and causing people to basically replace limbs with cybernetic bionic parts, limbs and brain chips and things. It began with a lot of prosthetics industries and with a lot of amputees. But as the technology advanced and as they started building a new middle class, because when you have an arm or a leg that gives you, an advantage over someone else, you're able to get a better job. So it's a variety of different people who are getting it. Some who need it, some who feel they need it, and some who just think it's really cool. And you're playing Adam Jensen, who is a security specialist working for one of the companies that makes these mechanical augments. And at the beginning of the game, your company gets attacked, and your top scientists are killed, and you yourself are also critically wounded. And it's only the emergency implantation of these mechanical arms and legs that saves your life. And then from that point on, you suddenly get involved in this quest to find out who attacked your company and why.
The team at Eidos Montreal put Jensen's transformation at the center of the game.
Early on, we knew that we would go with mechanical augmentations that are visible and everything. And we really wanted, or I really wanted, to see Adam Jensen with his arms, and I really wanted it to be an important aspect of the character.
This Boy Scout's got a few questions to ask.
Oftentimes they were building kind of a jacket but without sleeves. It was incredible because when the guys are going like this,
yeah. And check out my tats.
Exactly.
I just wanted to say, new look suits you.
Why don't we go with two outfits? When he goes behind enemy line, he can remove his jacket, having his commando gear, and psychologically speaking, it puts you into the mindset of, okay, we're going to face danger, and now it's action time.
Jensen's character and your upgrade choices drive the gameplay.
We have 4 gameplay pillars. We have combat, stealth, hacking, and social, and we have augmentations to help you out in all those fields. So for combat, for example, we have several augmentations like the takedown. We also have kind of the claymore augmentation that kind of propels small bombs all around you, killing enemies. For stealth, we have the cloaking where you get invisible. We have other augmentation like the sound suppressor. For social, we have augmentation to try to understand better the psychology of someone and what is the best way to answer type of thing, or convince someone to give you more than they want to give you. And for hacking, we have different upgrades that allow you to hack tighter security systems, or even maybe sometimes take control over robots or cameras and things like that. So as a player, it's up to you to decide, do you want to be a jack of all trades and be a little bit of everything, or do you want to be just a specialist in one field or another?
Your particular neuro enhancement would always be available to you and you alone.
With all these augmentations, do you actually really need to use weapons in the game at all?
Oh, I mean, it depends your playing style. Sometimes you might be in situations where the plan doesn't go according to what you wanted to do, and now you might have to rely on your weapon to save yourself. But it's really up to the player. There's no mission where you need to kill people. The only place we do it is for boss fights.
Deus Ex is all about choice and consequence, and through the gameplay and through the interaction with characters, we present you with situations that you have to decide how to react to. And those things can impact the major storyline.
At one point in the game where you have to go in a police station, you need to extract some information, and you have this guy at the lobby where you can talk with him. And if you manage to convince him, now you have access to the police station. You don't have to rely on combat, you don't have to rely on stealth. You can just walk in the offices and look at everything and get your information.
Keep on dreaming. Huh? Metalhead?
You'll be able to take multiple paths at almost every turn. Sometimes we just put down the guns, bat our eyelashes, and make with the sweet talk.
You looking for some new toys? I can make you a good deal.
There are over 20,000 lines of recorded dialogue.
For me, Deus Ex, it's a story-driven game. And who are the people telling the story? It's the actors in the game. So how well the story was going to be communicated to me was totally dependent on the quality of the acting. So a lot of times when you play a game, you'll see as you go down the hierarchy of like main character, lesser character, generic faceless NPC, when you get to here, the voice acting kind of follows that scale. We didn't want that. We wanted the lowest level guy to sound as credible as the main actor, and I think we achieved it.
Whatever I've done, I apologize.
The characters are just one part of the game's setting. Eidos put a lot of work into the world.
We saw kind of like a connection between the Renaissance and the cyberpunk era. You know, it's often at night, and there's all like the fog and the smoke and all that kind of like you know, overcrowdedness and all these elements. So it's definitely in our game, and the way that I would describe them is all about that. Really, it's like, you know, the mood, the atmosphere, like super moody, and yeah, just all the cyberpunk archetypes were there. I think that was really the core.
We spent a lot of time analyzing each area and what we felt musically were the important elements. For example, like Detroit's got a very gritty, very dirty industrial sound, because in the game, Detroit's really in that sort of impoverished state, and we really wanted to reflect that in the ambience of the music.
Did you feel like there was a lot of pressure making this game, since there are so many fans of the original two games?
It was a lot of pressure. It was really exciting. I was really scared. To be honest, like, we had pressure from the outside, but we also put a lot of pressure on ourselves, because it was really important for us to really make a great successor to the original.
With a development team that rightfully loves the original game as much as us fans, we can't wait to get our biomechanical augmentation on. Its rare combination of role-playing choices, shooter action, and story-driven adventure make it uniquely Deus Ex.
This ends now.
Thank you.